I am the living embodiment of, like, you shouldn't have made it, but you did. I actually dropped out of high school.
What are some of the challenges you faced on your journey?
Being black. Let me clarify, being dark skinned.
When did you go full-time on YouTube?
5, I think. All the stuff that I edit out of my videos.
What if you left them in?
What if I don't edit it out and make that the video?
The video. Oh, you're American, right?
Yeah.
How do you power through that, breaking those ceilings that prevent black people?
I think my philosophy in life is that no matter what, life sucks. But would you rather focus on the fact that life sucks, or would you rather find a way to just like hack it and work around it?
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How the hell you get my address though?
I was checking on the internet. I saw it somewhere in the back of the internet.
I'm just playing. Come in.
Thank you. Awesome. Ooh, your house is beautiful.
Welcome. Yes, Fly City outside. I'm Jackie Aina, and welcome to my house. My house,
Nice.
my studio, my office, all in one. But right now, where you've just entered is our breakfast nook. So this is like where we eat our meals every day. It's like a not as formal dining space. Personally, because I have such a big, bold, colorful personality, and I like to dress big and bold, I want to be the color of my home. I don't want my home to be the color. I want you to see me.
You want to be the star of the show.
I want to be the star of the show. Like, I want the house to be calming, and I want the house to blend in. I don't want it to attract too much attention. I want it to feel calm, you know? This is my kitchen. This is actually—
Wow, this is big.
Yeah, it's pretty big. When my fiance and I first bought this house, like, I really wanted a double island kitchen. And the irony is, like, I don't cook at all.
Really?
I don't cook at all. Like,
Why? Why is
I
that?
don't.
You don't have time? Or you don't?
No, I don't.
Okay.
But for me, it's actually like a psychological thing. So because I'm a black woman and because I'm an African woman, it's expected of me. I don't want to do what's expected of me. Why can't I be good at other things? Like, that doesn't make me a woman if I don't cook in the, you know, like,
Interesting.
just because I'm not like making pancakes and like, I can be good at other things. So I think because of that, I never really naturally gravitated towards cooking. Shall we see some other parts of the house?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay,
Let's do that.
So this is the family room. We have a bright white couch.
I love the couch though. This looks very comfy.
It's very
it looks like somewhere I would want to just sit down and just spend time watching TV.
You literally just melt into it. You just have to sink into it. I know. This is actually our elevator. It's nice to have when you are carrying heavy stuff.
Where does it lead to?
Only up, not down.
Okay.
Only up from here, period. In life, in money, in relationships, in health, in wealth, period. Only up.
Preach, sister.
Elevator don't go down, only
Preach, sister.
up, okay?
You know, people think we're related.
I know. Yeah. Did you know that we haven't talked about this? We will later. Guys, we're not related. We're literally just like random strangers on the internet, like pen pals, if you will. I was like, is this really his last name? I was almost like intrigued. I was like,
Maybe we are related somewhere. We'll find out eventually. Before you started out on YouTube, what were you doing before then?
a lot of things.
Okay.
You know, YouTube started in 2006.
You're OG.
But I uploaded my first YouTube video in 2009. And before then, I was in the military. I was a reservist, so this just means like I was part-time military. So I only worked like 2 days out of the month.
Can you talk a little bit about your military background? Because you said military. I didn't know. I think I've heard that. I've heard you say once, but I don't really know like the full. What was that like?
When I was in college, my parents split up and it was my second year of college. At that time, my school was also my house. Like that's where I lived. I lived on campus. I couldn't go back home because like my parents were split up and it was a really messy divorce because I was like basically going through depression, but like I didn't know that at the time, you know?
Yeah.
I was like not going to school, failing half my classes, which is something I've never done before. Like because I wasn't going to school, I was in jeopardy of losing financial aid. So then I was like, oh, this is awkward. But then when my parents split up and I was like, well, I guess you guys are too busy to know what I'm doing, huh? All right, cool. I should just drop out. So that's literally why I dropped out. It was like, well, okay, well, why don't y'all do that? I'm just gonna, join the military. It just honestly was just like the most available exit plan at that time. It was like, okay, right now I just need to figure out what I need to do. It was like thinking quick, survival mode, like just do something else, Did
you ever get to shoot anybody?
Oh. The way I was like, that was so weird. Like, So, okay, just like in the real world, in the military, you have jobs. So not all jobs are combat jobs in the military.
Okay.
So there's photographers in the military. The military has a band. Ironically, my job was actually logistics. I did work in an armory. Like I was the person in charge of the weaponry.
Oh, wow.
So like if you needed something, you better play nice. So if you watch all of my content now, I do a lot of organizing. I do a lot of like putting things away. That was like kind of like what my job was in the military.
Oh, that's why.
Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I was going through like a really, really tough time the year that I started my YouTube channel because 2009 would have been the year I would have graduated. At the time, I don't have a job. I was married, not happily married. I did not really like being on camera because like at that time I was a makeup artist.
Oh, you were actually a makeup artist?
I was a makeup artist.
Like
I was
you did
trying to be a
makeup for
makeup
people
artist.
and they paid you money?
I worked at Mac, so I did makeup like professionally.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
And I started my YouTube channel because my best friend kept telling me like, you always do these colorful looks and stuff. I don't know that many people that does makeup like that. You should show other people. And I was just like, whatever. Like, I'm not interested. Like,
what has that journey been like from starting 2009 to currently where we are now? What are some of like your, let's say, most memorable experiences? And what are some of the experiences you had that are like maybe like challenging?
The memorable ones, and I think my favorite is definitely like the community building aspect of probably like any social media website. That's something that I've become like accidentally good at. Amidst all like, yes, trolling is crazy and hate comments get crazy. At a time where it was like, I was used to being told like, oh, you don't need makeup. But it was like, they would just say that because they didn't have colors for me. But I think the good definitely outweighs the bad in general. And for me, the community building part is like really cool.
You mentioned something I want to touch on when we were doing our interview. I did a video with her on our channel. You guys should definitely check it out. I'll probably link it somewhere in this video if it's out by then. Or maybe in the description.
It's gonna be fun.
So you mentioned something about growing up in a shelter.
Yes.
Can we talk a little bit about that? Because thinking about where you were then and where you are now, that's a journey.
I feel like if I really told people the stuff I've been through, they probably think like, you're lying. Like, why would you, What do you, shut up? What are you saying? But it feels like I am the living embodiment of, like, you shouldn't have made it, but you did. Like, I'm like the living embodiment of what is supposed to be impossible. Like, literally impossible. So my parents didn't have the best relationship. And so I remember coming home from school one day and it was trash bags full of stuff. And so I'm looking at my mom and I'm like, where are we going? Like, what's this? And she was like, we're gonna be leaving. And I was like, okay, like, what does that mean, And we ended up staying in domestic violence shelters. After like 6 months of going from shelter to shelter to shelter to shelter, it's very complicated too, because when you live in a shelter, when the abuser finds out you live there, it puts every person in the shelter in danger. You immediately have to leave.
Oh, wow. Really?
Yes, immediately. Do you understand how hard it is to house 6 people? Like, it was so hard. So the few shelters that could take us in, it's like once he found us, oh, we gotta go. If you've ever been in a mentally abusive relationship, you're a prisoner for years. And years, and the unlearning and the confidence it takes to build up. It takes some people decades.
The first daughter or the first child?
First both.
First both?
Firstborn daughter, first child, yeah.
Wow.
It's a lot. When people meet me, they're like, I feel like I just talked to someone like that's like in their 50s. The stuff that you've experienced, I'm like,
you've experienced a lot.
Yeah, it's crazy.
You have experienced a lot.
I was really upset because I'm in high school. Like, this is gonna affect my college career now. Like, and I was doing well in school. So now I actually dropped out of high school. Like, I actually was like not supposed to graduate high school because I missed so much school. But then my parents moved my senior year. I go to a new school. They're looking at my transcripts. They're like, your daughter's not gonna graduate high school. Like, I don't know what to tell you, but she missed way too much school. And I was just like, bet. And I literally took sophomore year, junior year, and senior year in the same year and graduated on time with honors. I was like, I gotta go. Like, I don't know what you people want from me.
You just wanted to leave.
I don't want to be here anymore. Like, I need to get out of this house. I need to get out of high school. Like, I cannot do this anymore. But it was bad. It was like so much. They were like, she's not gonna graduate high school.
What would you say inspires you?
I think looking back, well, there's a lot of things that inspire me.
Yeah.
Like my mom's drive inspires me. The fact that she kept going. I'm like, the fact that you hauled around all these kids at one point, like parenting is already hard enough.
Yeah, it's already hard.
But then doing that, like basically surviving with your kids, like I think that inspires me. One thing that I'm the most proudest of is like, I don't consider my life perfect. But it's like, I just make the most of what I got. Like, there's stuff that I got going on right now that people will never know about. Like, it's like stuff that you wouldn't even want to go through either. Yeah. But it's like, I'm making it work. I'm doing the absolute best I can with what I have, So this is my office. This is like where I actually get work done. Sometimes I edit.
This office has millions of views behind it because I feel like I've been here before. I've seen this place before so many times.
Millions of views have been earned on this bad boy right there. That was like the first big girl computer I ever bought.
I saw this on your Instagram post. You posted it on Instagram. It's like a handbag.
It looks like a handbag, which is actually why I really love it. This is like a major, major accomplishment. So our website runs on the Shopify platform and we hit 100,000 orders. That's just orders. It's not actually how many candles. Because like if you order something,
you can order like 5, 10.
So we've actually done over like 500,000 candles.
500?
To this day, it still shocks me. Like it's crazy.
500,000 candles.
Our 3rd year in existence. For a Black entrepreneur and a Black founder, that is a very, very big deal. Like I don't think you guys understand. Like Forvr Mood was supposed to be my little passion project. Me and my fiance, we were just like doing it in the pandemic when we first started, and we never
expected it to
No, not even close. Like we were not thinking that far ahead, like or that big when we first started. So
that's beautiful.
A big deal, really cool.
And then the YouTube ones,
Yes, these are like the ones that like.
These are the old ones.
These are the OG ones. These are the ones I'm the most proudest of. When I hit 1 million subscribers.
Do you remember when you hit 1 million?
The moment, the day. This was big in the beauty community because nobody that was dark skinned in beauty ever did that at that time.
Wow.
And that was in like 2017. And then after I did it, it started to happen more for other people. And it meant more seeing it happen for other people. That was when I was like, that's what I'm here for.
This is Forvr Mood. How did this get started?
I noticed that there was a huge gap between like high end and low end. There was rarely anything in between. And when we started the brand, it was mid-pandemic. And so there was a lot of social unrest around the world at that time. 2020 was a rough year, like emotionally. I knew that I wanted to start a candle brand like years and years before we even actually executed it. But what I decided that year specifically is we're gonna start putting Black women at the forefront of the storytelling because it just felt really symbolic of being like, even if it's just a candle, use this to motivate you to turn your phone off sometimes and just take care of yourself. And I feel like the brand was birthed at a time where Black women were not given permission to take care of themselves. I definitely wanted Black women to be at the forefront of the storytelling when we started the brand. So yeah.
Definitely, you started from 0 on YouTube. And now you have almost 4 million subscribers, and then you've grown this whole big community on YouTube and on Instagram and on all these other platforms. What would you say is like I would say secret to your success? I
definitely think having a little bit of audacity, being maybe a little delusional, like yeah, I can do that. Even if you don't know how to, just try it. Like, just try it once, I think that's probably like the reoccurring theme for me is not really being afraid to like fail. But what happens if you do it? And what happens if you don't? If you don't, you're more likely to regret it than if you do it and fail at it. I feel more regretful of the things that I don't do than the things that I do, even if I'm not good at them.
What are some of the challenges you faced like on your journey?
Oh my God, so many. Well, first of
And
all,
just like with content generally.
my skin color, because being black, being dark skin. Let me clarify, being dark skin. At that time, a lot of people were like, well, you're dark. Like, what can you show me about makeup and stuff? Like, people think that way. Yeah. I think that was a big hurdle for a lot of beauty creators, and figuring out what's your thing. Or like, what's your style. Because I think with any brand, it takes time to develop that.
Yeah.
And every successful creator has one.
When did you go full-time on YouTube?
I made the decision to go full-time before I really had the benefits of going full-time. Because, you know, I think nowadays creators will be like, oh, I'm making more money online, so I'm gonna quit my day job. Back then, it was like, no, you've been doing this for too long. Commit to it, and then if you fail, go get a real job and move on, you know? So it was year 5, I think, when I was like uploading, but I was like uploading for fun. Like, I was not taking it too serious. I was just like, okay, well, you know, I'll throw in a tutorial here and there. Like, I was just...
I understand.
Because I wasn't being serious. Like, I didn't have a strategy. Like, I didn't have a posting schedule. I was just like, oh, I'll just upload when I feel like it, you know, in between classes or whatever. I was living in Kuwait, and I was like, okay, when I come home, I'm gonna either do makeup or YouTube, and whichever one takes off is the one I'm gonna go with. When I came home, I went to cosmetology school. I was still doing YouTube videos. And at that time I had a roommate, because I'll never forget this conversation I had with my roommate. Because this was at a time where it was like, if you were like white and pretty, you can easily get a following at that time. She was like listening to me, and she was like, well, they have like millions of followers, right? And I was like, yeah, they do. And she was like, don't you think that's a skill? And I was like, damn, you kind of ate. She was like, don't you want millions of followers? I was like, yeah, I do, you're right. So then I started asking myself, why do they have millions of followers if it's not the makeup? So now I'm actually watching their content, and I'm like, oh, they're just likable. After I had that conversation, that's like all I thought about. I just started watching all my content, all my deep, and I was like, this is not even my personality.
You were not being yourself fully?
No, not at all. I was very like stoic, and it was like customer service, Jackie. I was like, I took it so serious. I was like teaching, and like, it was very serious. But it was so freaking boring. And I was just like, you know what? Like, what if I just, like, all the stuff that I edit out of my videos,
what if you left them in?
What if I don't edit it out and make that the video? I remember editing this video, being like, this is so dumb. Like, who watched this? Like, I just was like, this is so stupid. Like, I wouldn't even watch this. And so I edited it up, and then it was New Year's Eve. And so I put up the video, because my videos were like dead. Like, I would probably get like maybe 100 comments, you know, the first like day or two. Usually in a week, an average video would probably get maybe like, if it was decent, 20,000 views in a week. And then I ended up going back, like the next day I logged on again, and it had like 60,000 views the first day. And I was like, whoa. I was like, that's abnormal,
different.
But okay. And there was like hundreds of comments. The next day, it was like 300. It was like and by day 5, it was at 1 million. That was my first viral.
Wow.
But that video went viral. It was getting picked up on news outlets, media, like people were, it was wild. So then I was like, no turning back now. I gotta be myself now, like for real. Whew,
ooh, outside.
It's hot. So welcome to my backyard. I'm very big on like, enjoy it while you have it.
Oh, this is such a beautiful pool.
Thank you.
You know, for instance, the color of your outfit matches
the pool. I can see it. Yeah. No, it wasn't. I was like, let me just grab something. I'm sweaty right now. No,
see,
but it's
you're even fashionable without even thinking. It's just like 6 cents.
Subconscious.
Oh shit. What's it like being a very successful entrepreneur and also having a successful relationship? How do you balance both?
For me, I actually felt like I became a better leader because of my fiance. I could actually take a step back because we have shared responsibilities, because we run our business together too. Like, we're both co-founders. I know what I'm good at. He knows what he's good at. Like, I play my role, he plays his role. I cannot do his job. I cannot do what he does. And honestly, he cannot do what I do. I just make everything pretty. I make everything smell good. And Dennis is the one behind the, you know, like at a switchboard, moving, connecting all the dots and stuff.
Who is the numbers person out of both of you?
Not me. He's a fine. There's certain things I'm like, I don't even know what you're talking about right now. Like, and we're actually for the first time going through getting our first investment. So Forvr Mood is fully self-funded.
Oh, wow.
And we're now going through the process of trying to raise. And less than 1% of all venture capital funds go to like actual Black founders. That number is significantly less for women. So it's hard for women-owned businesses. It's very hard, especially if you're Black. But yeah.
Oh, you're American, right?
Yeah.
Black
both.
American. Both. You're American and Nigerian. How do you power through that, breaking those ceilings that prevent Black people?
I think my philosophy in life is that no matter what, life sucks. But would you rather focus on the fact that life sucks, or would you rather find a way to just like hack it and work around it? If you broke your foot, like I could still walk. It'd be challenging, but I'm still gonna walk, right? And I'm not gonna sit here and say it's the easiest thing to push through. It's not easy. It's never easy. But for me, I just try to look at the long game, you know, and like try to stay focused on my goals, because those hurdles, those distractions are not worth letting it all crumble, you know?
So I think my final question for you is, there are so many people out there, the people who know you, the people who don't know you, who are watching this and are inspired by your story. What's your advice to them in terms of like building a successful career as a woman in the 21st century?
I feel like the biggest lesson I've learned is no one can do it alone. And just try to build your tribe, build your village, try to reach out and ask for help and outsource. The average creator is like the lawyer, their business manager, their editor, they're also their own videographer. And you kind of have to like, you know, do a lot of the heavy lifting in the beginning, especially in this field. But the moment you can start outsourcing and contracting things, or just asking for help, do it. Because I think sometimes people think like I'm the one that's like literally pouring the candles and shipping everything, and like, no, I have help now. Like obviously I've built all of this, and that's like just the biggest lesson I've learned is like build a community. Don't try to like do it on your own, like network and meet other people. I'm actually not that great at networking, but just making genuine connections, you know what I mean, has really gotten me far. So I think that's done me and served me really, really well.
If you were to start all over again, what would you do differently?
Ooh, it's okay to dream. Just because your life sucks doesn't mean mine has to. Dream a little, damn it. Like, it's okay. Be a little delusional. Like, think outside of the box. Think outside of what's expected. Outside of your culture, your family, your lineage, or your like whatever. Like if you like doing that, just freaking do it. Whatever, who cares about what other people think?
Awesome. Thank you. That's such an awesome ending to this amazing interview. Thank you so much for having me at your beautiful home. And also thank you very much for sharing your story with us. So guys, I'm gonna link I'm sure you definitely follow her if you're watching this, but if you don't follow, I'm gonna put the pages down below. If you wanna get any of these candles, the guys.
The guys love, the men love Forvr Mood. They eat it up. And it'd be the ones that I'm like, I would never think a guy would like this, but they're like they're our favorite bestsellers. So yeah, just gobble it up, gentlemen.
I think I know why they buy it. It's funny. So guys, thank you for watching. I will see you guys on the next one. Peace out.
Bye.
Bye.